Welcome back to the Hilltop. Did you miss us? It is time for the final game of the day here at the first annual Mount Carmel Lady Aces Thanksgiving Tournament. Along with Max Gerlach, I'm Kyle Peach. Welcome in as Mount Carmel set to take on the Mules of Fairfield in a battle of teams that have won their first games today.
Yeah, Mount Carmel got their first game over Lawrenceville. They won 44-25, and that was about all the scoring through three quarters, as Mount Carmel didn't play anybody in the fourth quarter. And then Fairfield won theirs over Edwards County 66-59. Fairfield came out shooting that game. They had two girls with 20 plus. Mabry Foster, I think, had 23. Then number 23, Bentley Belva, I believe. We're just going to say Belva. And she had, I think, 20 of her own, and I think she hit in the range of 5 to 6 threes. She shot the ball exceptionally well. And then this team also brings some height, Kyle, that I think's going to mess with Macy Randall. And I don't know if you stayed for those two games, but they also like to rotate 5 in, 5 out. They go 5 for 5 a lot, and they're going to continue to rotate. They all shoot very well. They all play very fundamental defense, fundamental on offense, and it's going to be a big test for Mount Carmel heading into tomorrow, where they play an Edwards County team who's no slouch either. This is going to be the toughest two games of this championship, or this turkey tournament, for Mount Carmel.
Fairfield, as you mentioned, does have some height. They've got a towering senior in Riley Jolly, who wears number 25, and 35 is the sophomore Grayson Vaughn, also showing some height on their roster. So Mount Carmel used to being the taller team. They may not necessarily be in this game here this afternoon. We can tell you in earlier action today up at the Capital Classic, Mount Carmel playing at Bridgeport. They took their opener on the chin to obviously a very good Teotopolis team. T-Town beat Mount Carmel 70-17 in that first round game. Mount Carmel is set to play here this afternoon against Fairfield in Bridgeport in that second game of the Capital Classic. At the Red Hill site earlier today, Fairfield did beat Red Hill 61-50, so we'll try to keep you posted as best we can on that. At the Lawrenceville side of the Capital Classic, Vincennes beat Salem 58-46, and Lawrenceville beat Olney 52-32. All that on the boys' side of things. This Fairfield team comes in at 2-1 now on the year. Their loss on the opener was to a conference foe that they will see again, or that Mount Carmel will see, I should say, later in the season, a conference foe for the Aces, and that being the Newton Eagles. Newton beat Fairfield 48-39. In the other game, Fairfield played a conference team, and they got the win over Flora 63-22. So kind of good luck comparing those scores and figuring out what team you're playing. But nonetheless, this Fairfield Lady Mules team 2-1 with the win over Edwards County and Flora. They've won 2 straight. Mount Carmel is 1-3. They've won their first game of the year a little earlier here this morning. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, it'll be our coach's pregame interview presented by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing at Wabash 10 Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. We'll be back with more of the pregame show from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth in 2 minutes. This is Mount Carmel basketball. At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine "so good to see you again" smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Prize
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B mobile banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B mobile banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. To the Hilltop. Again, time for our coach's pregame interview. As always, a presentation of Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10 Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, give them a call at 618-263-3285. Max Gerlach caught up with Coach Matt McCarty before the start of this one.
Hello, Max Gerlach here with Coach Matt McCarty before their second game of the day against Fairfield. Coach, got your first one of the year this morning against Lawrenceville. I know it was a little later in the year than you'd like, but what are you coming into this afternoon game telling your girls?
We got to keep it rolling. We came out and played really well in that second half, particularly in the third quarter with our defense. I don't think we gave up a point in the first about 4.5 minutes of the third quarter. So big improvement there, and we just got to keep rolling and keep getting better. Don't be satisfied with one win. We got to go take care of business in this next game if we want to win the tournament championship.
Yeah, and Fairfield, something I noticed from watching the game before is they like to rotate 5 for 5. Do you think their depth off the bench is going to hurt you guys just a little bit, or do you think you can match it?
That's definitely an advantage for them. We go pretty deep into our bench as well. We don't necessarily go 5 for 5, but we go about 9 deep, and so we'll be able to give some girls rest that need rest, and so hopefully it's not too big of an advantage for them, but I really trust our girls down the bench as well.
Yeah, and then they shot really well against Edwards County. I think they won that game 65-59 against, a solid Edwards County girls squad. They had a few shooters, and they also had some bigs down low. Do you think that their size can pose a little bit of matchup problems for you?
If Macy's not in the game, maybe a little bit, but I think with our defense, and as long as we're getting to the right spot and knowing where shooters are and having a high hand and making shots really difficult, I think we can get some stops and get out and run and play our game.
Yeah, and then hopefully this will be the last question, but you just had a game this morning. Do you think that rest is going to play into just having a longer rest than they have might help you, or you think it might hurt you just a little bit?
I'm hoping it helps us. They're getting stretched out right now, so hopefully we're good and loose and ready to go, and we'll be ready to go take on a really solid Fairfield team and hopefully get a win to set us up for a championship tomorrow.
All right. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Max Gerlach talking with Coach Matt McCarty. We'll take a break and be back in 1 minute.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents 2 special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WBC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of the Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen. Back here to the Hilltop, Mount Carmel and Fairfield set to play here in the finale of day 1 of the inaugural Mount Carmel Lady Aces Thanksgiving tournament, and we are just about set, I believe, to meet the starting lineups in this game. I think, if I'm correct, we are foregoing the national anthem here for this one since they had it earlier in the day. But we'll make sure of that here as we go. Let's go ahead and give you the plug that the starting lineups are a presentation in memory of co-founder of the Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. Fairfield's in the home whites again. Mount Carmel in the road maroon uniforms. The Fairfield starters will include number 1, the senior, Mabry Foster. Also out there is number 2, the junior, Emily Vaughn. Number 4, a junior, Delaney Ellis. Also out there is number 10, the junior, Ren Braddock. And number 25 is the senior, Riley Jolly. Head coach is Tanya Conrad. The assistant is Jazale O'Neill for the Lady Mules of Fairfield. Now time to meet the starters for Mount Carmel's Lady Aces. They will include the usual suspects. The junior, number 4, Riley Hershey. Also starting is the sophomore, number 10, that's Tinsley Dunlap. Other starter, number 12, the senior, Madeline Mann. Also starting is the senior, number 30, Macy Randall. And the final starter is number 31, the junior, Evie Sellers. The head coach is Matt McCarty. Assistant coaches Joe Vargo, Nick Toothman, Julie Herman, and John White. Mount Carmel in the road blacks trimmed with maroon and gold. Fairfield in the home whites trimmed with red and black. And we're just about set for basketball.
And Kyle, I do want to talk about one matchup that I think is going to be really important. Is going to be Mabry Foster and Riley Hershey. Both really good guards. Both had 20 in their first games tonight. I think a lot of it's going to come down to that. And then can Riley Jolly slow down Macy Randall in the post, and can Macy Randall do the same? The Lions did a very solid job on Riley Jolly. They just got lit up by Foster. And Bentley Belva, who is not starting, she's coming off the bench. She's the one who hit, I think, 5 threes in that game, could not miss. So this is going to be a tough test for the Aces.
Mount Carmel won 2 games against Fairfield last year, 53-30 in the regular season. And then in the postseason, the Aces won it 53-19. Mount Carmel wins the tap. Hershey misses the first free throw, the first layup of the game. Fairfield gets it now. We're underway. And out of bounds, catching the pass down there were the Mules, as that one was not kept alive down there by Braddock, and it'll be out of bounds to Mount Carmel on the Fairfield turnover.
A lot of early ball pressure from the Aces.
Fairfield looks to be playing man-to-man right now against Mount Carmel offensively. Out top, Aces have it. That's Sellers. Now underneath is Randall, falling down, puts up the shot, missed it. Rebound comes down to Dunlap. Now a corner 3 flies from Hershey, no good. Randall looked for the rebound, but was knocked out of the way by Fairfield. Mules touch it last as it caroms out of bounds, and it'll belong to Mount Carmel.
Kyle, I was talking to somebody earlier just about how physical I think this game's going to be played, with a lot of post action and maybe a lot of fouls.
Randall catches the inbounds pass, but well far away from the basket. Aces work it around the perimeter over to Dunlap in the corner. She'll take off on the left side and stepped out of bounds. Turnover goes back to Fairfield.
And Aces setting up in that 2-2-1 press again, and they're going to try to run a little bit better than they did against Lawrenceville, even though they did a great job.
And Fairfield will bring it across the timeline. Look it down inside. That pass was rejected by Dunlap and now poked away. That pass by Sellers, but she can't track it down in the field of play. Good play by Evie Sellers. Knocked it across the half-court line and out of bounds for Fairfield.
And Fairfield, something that they're going to do against this press I don't think Lawrenceville did is they're going to be very patient. They're going to wait. They're going to take all 10 seconds to cross the timeline. They're going to make Mount Carmel have to come up and pressure.
Pass comes down court quickly. That's Mabry Foster. She pedals to the free throw line and backs away behind the timeline. Left side Braddock, now back out top to Foster. Foster takes off between two, looks to pass, does get the pass away to Jolly, nowhere to go. She's called for being in the lane for 3 seconds. A turnover that will give the ball to the Aces.
You don't see 3 second very often anymore, but I'm glad to see one called finally.
Justin Akers, one of the officials today, here on this three-man crew, as Hershey has her pocket picked before crossing the timeline by Foster. Foster puts up the shot, is fouled, and will go to the line to shoot free throws.
And that's something else about Fairfield is they all do have very solid hands. They play defense with active hands. And they get physical, so they're going to try to force a decent amount of turnovers, and they're going to try to get as many takeaways as possible against this Mount Carmel team.
Free throw there, no good from Foster. And she'll have one more. That second one is on target, and Fairfield has the early 1-0 lead. Hershey into the front court, now Dunlap. Hershey feeding it inside to Randall. Catch, shoot, foul, and Randall will go to the line for two.
And Fairfield does have a 6'2" big that came off the bench a lot against Edwards County in number 35, Grayson Vaughn. So I think that the fouls aren't going to I wouldn't say not matter as much, but you can play her a little more physical because you have the size off the bench to guard her.
Randall hits the first of 2 free throws. We'll have one more here, and it is no good. Rebound to the Mules. Approaching 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We're tied at 1. Out top, catching, shooting the 3. That's missed by Jolly. Rebound for Fairfield, diving to the floor. Now it's Foster into the paint, goes around Randall, gets called for the foul. Will they count the basket or not? The official is asking, and I think they're going to count that basket. They do count it for Foster, and she'll go to the line for the and one.
Now that I see it, who they're calling on, at first I wasn't quite sure if I agreed with it, but they called it on Dunlap for the reach.
So it goes on Dunlap. Foster hits the and one free throw. It's 4-1 Fairfield. 4-1 Foster over Randall, if you'd like to go individually. And now as Foster stealing the ball in the backcourt, took it away from Sellers. She'll drive back inside. Quick pass across the baseline. Now in the paint, Jolly throws it up, misses. Rebound for Dunlap in the Aces. Fairfield defensively pretty good, and there's a pass inside that works its way to Hershey. She hits the game's first field goal for the Aces, and it's 4-3 Fairfield. And that's a carry, palming the ball in the backcourt, called against Ren Braddock. It'll be a Fairfield turnover.
And this is the first of many big substitutions we're going to see from the Mules. But also, that carry, I feel like that's not the first carry that could have been called in this tournament. There's been a lot of where you're getting set and they're putting their hand on almost just the side of the ball, and I feel like definitely could be called a carry.
Now Carmel with it. Hershey, stop, pop, foul line jumper will not go, and a rebound for the Mules. Down the court, Fairfield works quickly. The shot goes up, no good from Ellis, but the rebound follow is good. And that was 35. Vaughn with a basket. Fairfield 6, Mount Carmel 3. Now there's a take inside by Hershey. She has 2 more. Good finish at the basket as the action quickens a bit. And now takeaway by Hershey in the backcourt. Drive, shoots, scores, 2 more.
Kyle on her first, that second score that Hershey had there, I don't know if you quite saw it, but it was beautiful. She dished it to Macy Randall at the elbow. Macy Randall gets it back, wide open layup for Hershey.
And now Randall jumps in front of the pass. Fairfield all of a sudden with trouble in the backcourt. And Delaney Ellis picks up the foul. That will be her first. And the second Mules foul of the half, of the quarter, I should say. And it'll be Mount Carmel ball out of bounds. Ellis has a foul. Also Braddock has a foul. Inbounds pass comes to Macy Randall, and she goes around the backside for the layup and just missed it. 7-6 Aces with the lead. Stop and pop here for the shooter Foster, no good. A rebound for Mount Carmel's Tinsley Dunlap. 3:58 to play. We're halfway through first quarter action. Hershey has it, flies it to Randall, catches, shoots, and scores. 9-6 Aces by 3. Hershey with 6, Randall with 3. In the backcourt, the pass gets shoveled across and to a breakaway layup on the backside of it as Kristen Vaughn will lay it in for Fairfield. Now Carmel couldn't get back quickly enough after trying to snuff it out in the backcourt pressure. And now Mount Carmel will look at inside Randall, called for a double dribble, and that's a turnover.
And Kyle, on the 2-2-1, something I want to bring up is any sort of press you're playing where you have an odd number of people back, one of the people up top has to drop quickly so you don't have those wide open layups when Macy Randall has to go help to one side or the other.
Good point, and now Mount Carmel will intercept another pass. Randall throws it ahead to Olivia Peach. She is fouled on the way up with a shot, and Fairfield is having all sorts of trouble with the Mount Carmel backcourt pressure.
And when they've broke it, they've actually done a good job offensively is getting to the rim. It's just that first part of breaking the press and getting to a position where you have the ability to score is what's killing Fairfield right now.
First there on Hutchcraft, her third team foul of the quarter, and Olivia Peach is at the line for the Aces, and she'll hit the first free throw. 10-8 Mount Carmel, 3:03 to go here in the opening period. Second free throw, Peach. Isaac skies it, knocks it down. She goes 2 for 2 at the line. And Mount Carmel grows the lead to 3.
And for as good of a three-point shooter as she is, you would think she's knocked all her free throws down, and she did.
She's got 2, both at the line. Fairfield solves the pressure this time, but the pass intended underneath the basket was rejected again for the second time today by Dunlap out of bounds. Fairfield will have to trigger a sideline inlet.
Right there, Olivia Peach actually needs to be the first one back in that situation once they break it, as they had to look for an open layup. Just got lucky that Dunlap was able to deflect the pass.
Now Fairfield with the basketball down 3. This is Hutchcraft out top, guarded by Hershey. Hutchcraft spinning out top and will distribute left side to the open shooter Belva for 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Aces by Sellers. She'll flip behind. Here's Hershey. Hershey bringing it down the court. Stops and now continues right side, and that one goes off of Dunlap's hands. She's out of bounds. It'll belong to Fairfield. Lady Mules have the basketball. It'll be Kenry Hutchcraft inbounding, and Belleville will bring it up. Well, throws it ahead of the timeline. Dangerous pass stolen away by Dunlap. Aces in transition. Dunlap between 2 forces the issue, forces contact, and Dunlap will go to the free throw line.
Really good, strong take there from Tinsley Dunlap as she took it the length of the floor. She had people running around her. She split through the 2 defenders Fairfield had down there and got a look at the rim.
Foul goes against Bentley Belva, her first, and the 4th Fairfield team foul of the half, of the quarter. I'll get that right eventually. Dunlap misses the free throw.
Here the Mules go 5 for 5 as they just bring that whole starting lineup back in.
2 teams against 1. That's not fair.
You can say that.
2:12 left here in the opening quarter. Free throw number 2 for Dunlap is on target. And good. 12-8. Mount Carmel's lead is 4. The Aces have been to the line to shoot 6 free throws. They are 4 of 6 at the line in the game. Backcourt pressure applied by the Aces. Ellis just does get it ahead of the timeline. Calling for the ball is Foster. She has it, and they're going to call Randall for the block shot. Foul.
It's not the fact that she didn't even have to hit anything. Macy Randall just brought her hand back like she was going to spike it in volleyball. And when you do that, every time they're going to call a foul. Doesn't matter if you don't hit anything or if you do hit everything. It's going to be a foul.
Foster at the line. The free throw is good. She's got 5 of Fairfield's 9. Makes it a 3-point game. Scoreboard check brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. 12 now to 10 aces as Foster hits both free throws. She's up to 6 points. Here comes Hershey against Foster. Kicks it to Peach. Open three in the corner. No good. Rebound Randall. Put back, yes.
That's just the importance of boxing out, getting on their thigh and driving them out, because that would have landed right in Jolly's hands.
Here's a trap and out of bounds. The ball hit out before it was caught by Randall there to intercept the pass. It'll be out of bounds and it'll belong to the Mules, or to the Aces. The Mules turned it over. 1:36 to go here in the first. 14-10 Aces. In the backcourt is Hershey. It's now over to Sellers on the left wing. Looking backside, good pass, but missing the shot there was Zoe Randall. And a foul on Macy Randall will be her second, and that will send us the other way.
If you're Macy Randall, you've got to understand you got that first foul. You picking up a second foul is one of the last things Mount Carmel needs, especially when you and Riley Hershey have 11 of the 14 points.
So Randall's second foul puts her at the bench. 1:23 to go first quarter. Fairfield could try to take advantage of some time with Randall out of there. This is Ellis out top between the circles for the Mules. They trail by 4. Right side the pass to Braddock, and it goes off the hands of Jolly, out of bounds. A turnover by the Mules. It'll belong to the Aces. It's Hershey, Zoe Randall, Dunlap, Peach, and Sellers on the court for Mount Carmel. Handing it off, Dunlap. Now with the ball, it's Hershey. Out top on the left side. Left wing, the pass to Sellers. Guarded there well. Out top back to Hershey. Under a minute to go here in the first. Pass to Peach. Corner three. No good. Rebound. Sellers pulls it down. She'll reload the offense for the Aces. Ball in Hershey's hands right side. Stop, pop, shot. Baseline won't go. Rebound Fairfield. Corralled by Ren Braddock. Mules can get within 2 here or more. Right side, they're looking underneath. That's Jolly. Puts up the shot. Missed it. Rebound for Hershey in the backcourt. The Mules looking to trap. And Matt McCarty will spend a 30-second timeout. Brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. As we take a 30-second break from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth, this is Mount Carmel basketball.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Turhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors for a limited time only. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Back here to the Hilltop, it's 14-10. Mount Carmel leading the Fairfield Lady Mules as we get close to the end of this first quarter. 19.6 seconds on the clock. Mount Carmel spins a timeout to save possession. And Riley Hershey will bring it down court for the Aces, looking to add to a 4-point lead. Hershey, good dribble work in the front court, uses a screen out top, but a defender, Jolly, was there on the backside. Fairfield has it, heads up play to throw it down the length of the court. It's picked up, it's put in, and a foul by Emily Vaughn. Got the basket and one. What a sequence for the Mules, getting the takeaway from Hershey, the presence of mind to throw the ball down the court, and then to pick it up and score. A chance to make it a 1-point game with only 3 seconds left.
I'm not quite sure if that was 100% what the plan was, but it worked out for her as they're able to make it a 1-point lead.
Hershey ahead of the horn, a 3-point leaner hits the rim, no good. After 1 quarter of play, it's Mount Mount Carmel 14, Fairfield 13. From the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth, this is Mount Carmel basketball.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com. We go to quarter number 2. Scoreboard check brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. 14-13 Mount Carmel on top of Fairfield. It will be Mules basketball to begin the second period.
Yeah, and right there before we went to break, Riley Hershey tries to split the screen, got it taken away, and as you said, they did a really good job of just chucking it down the floor and having a heads-up play of going and getting it and scoring.
And now here's Jolly at the foul line, kicks it back out top for Vaughn. And now Foster looking inside to Jolly, double team, kicks it out. Emily Vaughn for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped out long and picked up by Fairfield. So they'll reload it here. And now it's Foster, stop and pop underneath the arc line, missed it strong. That goes off the hand of Ellis and out of bounds. It'll be Mount Carmel basketball.
Mount Carmel continues some very solid defense. When you hold a team to only 13 points in a quarter, you're playing good defense no matter what level you're playing at. And the Aces need to continue this and hopefully start finding something a little bit more on offense.
Aces go to work. Here is Hershey driving toward the basket. Not sure how that wasn't a foul, but it counts as a hoop. Hershey's got 8. The Aces lead by 3 again. Fairfield solves the pressure. Jolly out top, distributes. That's Braddock. Left side now to Ellis. Ellis back to Braddock, left wing. And trouble here, looking for Jolly underneath. She has it, goes up over 2, high off the glass and scores. That's where you miss Macy Randall. In foul trouble on the bench with 2, and the game is back to a 1-point spread as Jolly gets her first points. And now underneath, that shot put up will not go from Dunlap. I think she thought there was a foul there. Didn't get called. Fairfield comes away with it. Here's Braddock down the court for the Mules. Stops, kicks, corner pass. Foster, 3. Corner shot, air ball. Rebound, tie up. Nope, it's loose. We play on. Mount Carmel has it. It's Mann, and she is fouled in the backcourt. That'll be against Foster. That'll be her first.
And these are two really physical teams, Kyle. It's going to get to a point where you just can't call everything, so you have to play through the contact. You have to play through the fouls, and you cannot get all worked up over it. You just got to keep playing basketball.
Brindley Hamill will come into the game for the Aces. Checking out is Zoe Randall. Aces getting some height there with Hamill coming in off the bench. Going to have to play physical with Jolly down there. Here is Hershey working it inside, gets it to Hamill, and that is a travel as Hamill shuffled the pivot feet as she looked to put the shot up. Out of bounds to the Mules. They'll have a chance to grab the lead. Will Fairfield here in the second quarter with 6:08 remaining. Another change for the Aces as Sellers checks out for a moment. And now a drive to the basket and a finish at the hoop by Foster, who's up now to 8 points for the game. Fairfield has the lead now, 17-16, 5:45 to go in the half. Handoff out top, it's Dunlap. And pulls the trigger on a jump shot, missed it from the elbow on the left side. Fairfield gets the rebound. They've outscored the Aces 4-2 here in the early moments of the first quarter. And now the lob is too high. And what are we doing? So as Peach Should have left that ball, just let it go out of bounds. Instead, she tries to save it and did not get the job done. So Fairfield is going to get the ball out of bounds. Now Carmel basically gives them right back to them. Jolly misses the shot inside. A tie-up happens after the fact, and the held ball favors the Aces.
And on that one for Peach, I do think that ball might have been tipped by one of the Mount Carmel defenders. That's why she tried to save it, but I could be wrong.
Well, you're probably right. Out of bounds, Mount Carmel has it. Bringing it down the court is Riley Hershey. Mount Carmel is trailing in this game 17-16. Hershey, cross-court pass. Sellers, open three. Missed it off the double bounce off the rim. Hamill pulls down the rebound, but is fouled.
This is Brindley Hamill's first real varsity experience that I'm pretty sure I've at least been here for, and she's going to have to make the most of it as she's that second big behind Macy Randall, and she's going to have to come in and guard some bigs if she does get in foul trouble.
Hamill will go to the free throw line looking for 2 shots. The first is an air ball. She'll shoot one more in a moment. Fairfield only subbing 2 in and 2 out this time. Foster returns along with Grayson Vaughn. Another big body inside for Fairfield. Second free throw, Hamill missed that one. Missed them both. And Fairfield gets the basketball. A chance to add to a 1-point lead. Here comes Foster. Stop, pop, shot over. Hamill won't go. Fairfield gets the rebound. Second chance opportunity, no. And then they're going to get a foul on Foster coming in too late that time. That'll be her second foul.
At first, I didn't think that one was on Foster, but as that helps out the Aces, I'm not going to argue that call at all.
Foster's second foul. She'll check out. It's the third on the Mules here in the second quarter. Remember, the new-ish rule in basketball, 5 fouls per quarter, and then you shoot the bonus super free throws, 2 bonus shots after the team reaches 5 fouls. Here's Hershey, right side to Olivia Peach. Back now to Hershey. Now Carmel has played all of the second quarter without Macy Randall. Hershey had it stolen, then stole it right back, and will regroup out top. Hershey shovels it to Sellers. Back to Hershey. Nobody really moving on the left side of the offense from Mount Carmel. Hershey drives in, creates a shot, missed it. Fairfield the rebound. Down the court, this is Kenry Hutchcraft. Right side the pass goes over to Braddock. She's out top. Left side, now Hutchcraft bombs away for 3, and it is good. The first 3 of the game drops for Hutchcraft, and Fairfield leads by 4, 20-16.
Fairfield has shot very, very well this tournament. They shot really well in their first game against Edwards County. Looks like they're continuing that right now.
Here's Hershey on a drive to the basket. Missed the lay-in. Fairfield the rebound. They can add to a 4-point lead. Down the court, double teamed. There is Belva back out top now to Braddock. Open is the 3-point shooter. That one rattles out, no good for Hutchcraft. A rebound, a foul, and it's on Fairfield.
If she had one hand in there, if she would have had 2 hands in there and it wouldn't have been over top of Madeline Mann, that probably would have been a jump ball. But in the scenario that it was, it's going to be a foul almost.
Oh, wait a minute. They have called the foul on Mount Carmel is what they've done. Okay, that foul goes on Maddie Mann. That's her second foul. Wow, they called that on Mount Carmel. I am shocked.
I'm a little shocked too. I'm not quite sure
They often tell you let the game call itself, and Mount Carmel was set to inbound the ball, and there was nobody complaining, and then the official said, nope, it's Fairfield basketball. Down the court, there's a block shot by Hamill on the shot put up by Ellis. Now Mount Carmel, Hershey driving, layup, good. Mount Carmel within 2, Hershey's got 10. Mules back to work on offense, up by 2 as we approach 3 minutes to go here in the half. And that is an offensive foul on Fairfield. They're going to call it on Riley Jolly. And that's her second. Nope, that's not Riley Jolly. Beg your pardon. It's 35. Grayson Vaughn's first. And Mount Carmel with the ball. Here is Hershey in the front court. Hershey behind the back dribble to Peach, corner, three, got it!
That's her first three of the tournament, and it was just about time that she got one to fall.
Peach now with 5 points with a couple of free throws, and Mount Carmel has surged back in front. A little careless with a pass there was Hutchcraft. Tracking it down before it goes out of bounds is Braddock. Hands it off, and Fairfield wants timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. We'll take a 30-second break from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball.
It's Christmas Uptown in Mount Carmel, Illinois on Friday, December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. See Comet, a real live reindeer. Enjoy carriage, train, and Rudolph rides, or take the City Lights trolley tour. Visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus. All attractions are free. A dozen food trucks and over 30 vendors on the street. Visit us on Facebook or download the Christmas Uptown app at christmasuptown.com.
Back here to the Hilltop, 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go in our first half of play. It has been back and forth in this one tonight.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs. That's what basketball is, and that's what good teams do when they play each other. They're each going to go on runs. They're each going to have times where they're scoring more, scoring less. They're playing better defense, not playing as well, and it's just the beauty of the game. It's never really a one side just domination of the other, especially if you're getting two great teams playing against each other.
So it'll be Fairfield ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. It comes inbounds. A block shot by Hamill, her second of the game, but Fairfield's going to recover with possession. Out top, it's Braddock. Left side. Now Carmel playing man-to-man defensively. Hamill nearly got a steal as that ball was thrown inside to Jolly. And now back out. Foster gets open, takes the shot, missed it. Ball's right in Jolly's hands, turns around, puts up the shot. She's fouled, and Jolly will go to the free throw line.
And that's just the importance of boxing out and getting a defensive rebound is one, they get an extra opportunity to score the ball, and two, you're limiting your possessions. The more possessions you have, the better opportunity you have at scoring.
Free throw, Jolly, it is good. Was held scoreless in the first quarter, but has 3 on the board here in the second period for the Mules. Ties the game at 21 with the first. Here comes the second. It is no good as Hamill secures the rebound for the Aces. Down the court, it's Hershey. In the front court, around a screen. Stop and pop at the foul line. Hershey missed it strong. Rebound to Mabry Foster for the Mules. Foster down the court. Stops over on the corner, far right side. Tie game at 21. Out to get it is Braddock. Hamill knocked to the floor. No foul comes. That shot is no good. Hamill then will get, not to Hamill, but Dunlap will get the foul trying to block the shot.
And Tinsley Dunlap just trying to play defense on the cutter, and she gets thrown to the ground, and then she comes back and picks up a foul. You cannot get that frustrated. I know they missed the call, but you can't come back and get your second foul, especially when you're needed on the floor.
So a little bit of foul trouble here for Mount Carmel with Randall already on the bench with 2. Dunlap has 2. Free throw for the Mules here is good. As Hutchcraft makes the first free throw she has taken today. She's got 6 points now. Second free throw is no good. And here's Mount Carmel with the basketball down a point. 22-21 Fairfield. Hershey on a drive to the basket, throws it up, scores. No foul there, but we play on. 23-22 Aces. Here's Foster on the left side. Pass deflected, stolen by Mount Carmel. Sellers on the dribble into the front court. Stops, gets the ball to Hershey. Timeout taken by Coach Matt McCarty. 30-second timeout brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. Scoreboard check from Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. 23-22 Aces from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball. Back in 30 seconds.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school. And today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here. And so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
1:08 to play in an entertaining first half. Mount Carmel leading Fairfield 23-22.
And entertaining and physical, Kyle. It's been a tough matchup.
Ball comes inbounds to Riley Hershey. Fairfield is 1-0 in this tournament, as is Mount Carmel. Fairfield beat Edwards County earlier. Here's a three fired up by the Aces. It rattles out from Dunlap. Rebound goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Fairfield. It'll stay with the Aces, or no, it won't.
Yeah, as Brindley Hamill was trying to save that, she stepped on the line. It wasn't like it was a missed call. I think just pointed the wrong way.
Fairfield basketball, they trail by one. Less than a minute to go in the half. Down the court, it's Foster. I've been really impressed with Mabry Foster for this Mules team, but she throws a bad pass there that Sellers knocks out of bounds.
Evie Sellers doing a really good job of anticipating that pass. She waits and fills the lane at a good time and is able to get her hands on a lot of passes.
Fairfield looking to inbound it. They do get it back into Foster in the backcourt. 45 seconds left here in the period. Left side, three's going to come over Sellers. It rattles out, no good. Rebound underneath for Jolly. Second chance Mules. Another three. This is an air ball that Fairfield's going to save, but stepping out of bounds, they say it'll belong to the Aces, was Belva. And into the game comes Braddock for the Mules. And another change back in the game, presumably for an offensive possession, is Macy Randall with 31 seconds on the clock. Possession arrow, should it stand, would favor Fairfield to get the basketball to start the second half. Riley Hershey has dribbled into the front court, and Mount Carmel wants to work off these final seconds. A Fairfield foul would put the Aces at the line, by the way. Here's Randall, distributes out top to Dunlap. Left side Hershey, underneath Randall, and she is fouled on the floor, but it won't matter. Fairfield over the limit on fouls, so they will shoot two shots.
And there's a lot of situations where people do not like that call simply because they see the arm straight up. But when you force the body, it's going to be a foul every time.
Second foul on Grayson Vaughn. Randall at the line hits the free throw. That's her first point of the second quarter, because this is the first action she's seen in the second quarter. 6 points for Randall. Mount Carmel's lead is 2. 24-22 with 7.5 seconds on the clock, and Randall will have another free throw. She is 2 of 3 at the line today, and that one is good. Randall will check out. Don't want her to pick up a foul in the final 7 seconds of the half. And Fairfield has the length of the floor to go. Mount Carmel will put a little pressure back there. Jolly gets the ball inbounds. It's Hutchcraft with 5 with 4. Hutchcraft with 3. That's probably who you want to shoot. Dribbling into the half-court shot, missing it high off the backboard is Foster. And we've reached halftime. Scoreboard check brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. A good one brewing here in the final game of the first day of the first annual Mount Carmel Thanksgiving Tournament. Scoreboard check again, 25-22 Aces over the Mules from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball, back in 2 minutes.
Get your new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new Ford F-150 up to $6,500 off MSRP. Or a Bronco for $499 for 36-month lease. Find your new vehicle at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Steve Faulkner Automotive in Mount Carmel, Illinois has an outstanding service department. With free pickup and delivery, we'll make sure your vehicle runs perfectly at an affordable price. Come see us today or view our service specials at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
Teaching kids about money is an important step, and the Student Plus account from the First National Bank makes it simple. It's a free checking account designed for students who are learning to manage their own spending with tools that help parents stay connected. With spending limits, real-time alerts, and instant transfers, students can build smart money habits while parents have peace of mind. Getting started is easy. Visit the nearest branch to open a Student Plus account and choose the features that fit your family best. The Student Plus account from the First National Bank. Parents choose the controls, students learn responsibility.
Member FDIC.
One of the things we want all of our customers to make sure of is that if you do install a generator, make sure that you have a properly functioning transfer switch. And a transfer switch will make sure that the generator is disconnected from utility service, and that protects your equipment and also protects all of our crews working on the line. If a generator is not hooked up correctly, it can send power back through that transformer, and then it can be high voltage in a dangerous situation.
Sights and sounds of the holidays fill the air of the Brubeck Arts Center Theater as the Wabash Valley Arts Council presents two special shows December 6th and 7th. On Saturday, December 6th, the WVC Strings and Choir perform songs of the season at 1:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m., witness the enchanted scenes of The Nutcracker Ballet performed by the Children's Center for Dance based in Evansville. Ticket information available at 618-263-5164 or scan the QR codes on your screen.
Halftime here at the Hilltop. Time for the Keepus Funeral Home halftime show presented by Keepus Funeral Home, 1500 North Cherry Street in Mount Carmel. A very entertaining first half.
Yeah, very entertaining first half, a very physical first half as both teams have multiple players with 2 fouls. Both teams man, that is awesome. We got power back.
We are back. Good. We're here somehow, so we can go ahead and probably roll anytime you want. Yeah. Sure. Well, fans, I can tell you I've been calling basketball games since I was in high school in 1994, and that's a first. We were sending it, I believe, to a halftime break, or we were in the midst of the Keep His Funeral Home halftime report, and then all of a sudden, everything in the city of Mount Carmel lost power. Now the power is back on, and we are seconds away from starting the third quarter. Mount Carmel leading Fairfield here 25-22 after an extended delay.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody here was quite ready for the lights to go off. I think that happened in a Super Bowl a couple years ago. I think that was 2012, right? The Ravens played the Niners, and they had a blackout at halftime. So hopefully the Aces, like the Ravens, get a win here.
Well, it is Mount Carmel 25, Fairfield 22. Thanks to Keep His Funeral Home for sponsoring the most electrifying, or lack thereof, halftime show of the last couple of decades of Lady Aces basketball. It's Fairfield ball as we go to play here in the third quarter. They have the basketball, and this is Braddock out top. That pass worked its way inside, and it came right back out from Jolly. The shot is put up. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Delaney Ellis, and the ball will belong to Mount Carmel.
Yeah, and right now this is just going to be whoever can wake up quicker. There was a situation where everybody's kind of sitting around, waiting around. You kind of got to restart the whole game.
So the Aces have the ball, their first possession of the half. They'll work it inside to Randall, who puts it up, is fouled by Jolly, counted, and a free throw to come.
And I know Randall finished there, but something I would particularly like Macy to work on is she just brings that ball so low sometimes, where I think that she's going to get those turnovers and she gets fouled a lot. If she were to keep it higher, I think she's going to have a better chance at finishing at the rim and keeping the ball away from the trash.
Free throw is good for Randall. She's got 10, joining Hershey in double figures. Mount Carmel's lead is 6, and Hershey gets a steal in the backcourt, drives down court, goes off the glass for 2, and the Aces are out of the halftime break well. They lead by 8 now. And now trouble, double dribble by Braddock. Fairfield having all sorts of trouble again, finding the rhythm of the backcourt pressure defense of Mount Carmel.
Yeah, and it's hard finding a rhythm when you're just had 30 minutes go by where you're in a blackout, and Fairfield's going to have to try to figure something out.
And Fairfield is calling for time. Timeout's brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in 1 minute from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
As a faculty member, Wabash Valley College was the best decision ever. I've always been excited to return back to Wabash Valley as an employee to inspire students the way I was inspired when I went to
of the timeout, Mount Carmel had a turnover. They threw the ball. Randall did, looking for Hershey, but overthrew her. And so that was a turnover, but now Mount Carmel has the ball right back after Randall intercepts a Fairfield pass. Now it's Hershey, a baseline drive for the lay-in. It is good. And Mount Carmel continues to roll here in the third quarter. They've scored the first 7 points of the frame. The lead is 10, 32-22 Aces. Another backcourt pressure applied. Here is Braddock down court. Ahead to Ellis. And now Vaughn as Fairfield working in the front court. Braddock out top. 3 flies from Emily Vaughn. It's good. A much needed 3 for Fairfield. And it's now a 7-point Aces lead, 32-25.
This is a team that has a lot of very solid set shooters. You cannot stay low. You've got to step out and contest these shots.
Now Carmel just turned the ball over, in fact. And so it is out of bounds to Fairfield after the Aces threw it away. Mules with a basketball, down by 7. They were down by as many as 10 at one point. And now on the right side, the Mules work it underneath. They're looking for Jolly. Comes back out with a pass to Vaughn. Back to Jolly at the foul line. Jolly starts to drive. Can't get in. Kicks it back out. Braddock. Out top the pass. Ellis with it on the right wing. Hands behind to Emily Vaughn. Vaughn, a little shuffle step. Now Foster out top. Foster looking to drive. Lost the ball. It's taken away by Sellers. Now Dunlap leading the charge for the Aces. Goes right into contact. That will be a charge.
In that situation, you've got to at least do your best to avoid. You can even just jump stop and get into a situation where you're putting up a floater over her instead of just lowering the shoulder and trying to get all the way to the rim.
So a charge. That's the 3rd foul on Dunlap, so she'll check out. Mount Carmel had some foul trouble in the first half, with Randall spending all of the second quarter on the bench in foul trouble. And now down the court, a little loosey-goosey with the dribble was Braddock, but gets the ball to Foster. That was blocked by Randall, out of bounds. Last touched by Fairfield. No touch, last touch by the Aces. It'll stay with the Mules, beg your pardon. Braddock inbounding it right at the basket. Not quite sure how Delaney Ellis was so wide open, but she was, and scored.
It's that line where they just run everybody out and then they run one of the top people down. And it's really hard to defend.
Now Carmel led by 10. Their lead is trimmed to 5. Here's Hershey down to the baseline. Back out top, it's Peach. Can't get free for the shot. Peach needs help. Here comes Hershey. 5 minutes to go in the third. Fairfield looking to trap. Now Peach looking to hit a 3. Missed it off the rim. Rebound. Look what I found. Randall got it. Missed it. Got it back. And is fouled before she puts up another shot.
Macy Randall just fighting hard on the boards. That's all you can ask for, is a fight on the boards from all your players if you're Mount Carmel. Madeline Mann was also in there trying to scrap around and get a rebound as the Aces retain possession.
Second foul of the day against Ellis. Rebound or inlet pass comes to Sellers right at the basket, and she blew the layup. Fairfield with it now, within 5. Here's Foster. Check that. Now it's Foster on the right side getting the pass from Vaughn. Foster driving baseline. She'll be fouled by Madeline Mann. That'll be her first of the day. Actually, might be more than that. That's going to be her 3rd of the day.
And Mann just getting a little too physical with the body there, bumping into her. She's trying to rip to that baseline. That's another one where just have to stay back. If you play defense back a little bit, you're still going to be right there.
3 comes in off the inlet from Vaughn. It's no good. Ball onto the deck. And the pass from Fairfield after Ellis had corralled it is intercepted by the Aces. Peach has it. Got to Hershey. Back to Peach on the drive. Right side down to the baseline. And a foul is called as Ellis reaches in. That'll be her 3rd. So fouls becoming an issue on both sides. Ellis with 3 for Fairfield. Dunlap and Mann with 3 fouls apiece for Mount Carmel. Ellis will check out, and back into the game for the Mules is Kirsten Vaughn, number 40. And the Aces will inbound it underneath their basket. 32-27, Mount Carmel by 5 with the ball. Here is Macy Randall. Fires it from a little further back court. Missed it. No good. Rebound Fairfield. Foster the other way in the paint. Puts it up. Missed it. Rebound to Macy Randall. And now the Aces will head the other way. Hershey, a slow walk across the timeline. It's to Randall, and now a foul called that may be on Foster. If so, that's her third.
Yeah, and right there, Mount Carmel does a good job. This is where you get into your set offense. 32-27 with under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. You start working into your set stuff. You start trying to work through plays and just get the best look and not always the quickest look.
Oh, what a pass by Randall, cutting to the basket of Zoe Randall. Macy set her up well, and Zoe gets 2. 34-27 Mount Carmel. The ball goes down inside. Jolly lost it on the baseline. Out of bounds. It goes to the Aces. Fairfield, by the way, is now over the limit on fouls, so Mount Carmel will shoot free throws on any defensive foul the rest of this third quarter. Hershey across the timeline. Throws it across the court to Peach. Peach out top. Sellers. Sellers hands behind to Hershey. Hershey on the dribble. Stops and takes the jumper at the free throw line. Good. Nobody better at the stop and pop than Riley Hershey. Here comes the Mount Carmel pressure. Hershey almost stole it. Fairfield survives and gets it into the front court where they're trapped. Trying to dribble out of it there on the drive. Getting free from the trap and going to the basket is Foster. What a nice play. Foster, the lone mule, in double figures with 10. Back to a 7-point game, and Foster knocked that ball out of bounds.
A lot of times people are wanting that foul where she splits the trap. If you're going to split right through the middle of the trap, you better expect not to get a foul call as you're forcing the issue.
Ball comes inbounds to Macy Randall at the basket, counted, and a foul. That foul will go against Jolly, or no, they call that, it is against Jolly, and that's her fourth. That's a huge foul. Randall rattles home the free throw, and foul trouble becoming even larger now. Jolly with 4 checks out. It's the third quarter with 2:51 to play. Foster's got 3. Ellis has 3, and Jolly with 4 for Fairfield. Backcourt pressure, and Fairfield throws it away out of bounds. The lead back to 10 for the Aces. 2:45 left in the third. And this is how much better Mount Carmel is when Macy Randall isn't in foul trouble on the bench.
Yeah, she has such a big plus-minus, and like you said, when she's on the floor, she just has a gravitational pull where people have to defend her.
Hershey, they're going to call her for a travel. Looked like she lost her head on the play. It was bumped, but the travel came first, and they wipe out the basket for Hershey. No foul, and instead a turnover. 2:33 to go, third quarter, and Fairfield has once again thrown it out of bounds. Now Carmel's pressure giving Fairfield fits.
And the pressure is going to give anybody fits. I don't think 2-2-1 is something that people typically see. They're not used to seeing the 2-2-1, so it's going to give you fits when you're getting a brand new look in your third game of the year.
Hershey, a little stutter step along the baseline, and was fouled as she put up the shot, and Hershey will go to the free throw line. The foul goes on Belva. That's her second. Over the limit, Fairfield, so free throws here for Hershey. She has not shot a free throw today. The first is on the way. It is no good. 2 of the 3 officials in this game, just to show you how big the officials' shortage is, they are headed to the Capital Classic tonight for 6 o'clock games. 1 to Bridgeport, 1 to Lawrenceville. So there was a debate about whether this game would actually even begin to continue because of a tight schedule for the officiating crew. We were probably about 5 to 10 minutes away from this game resuming at 9:30 tomorrow morning. as Foster catches the ball down underneath the Fairfield basket and lays it in for her 12th point. 2 minutes left in the third. Fairfield within 9. 40-31 Aces. Scoreboard check brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. Here's Riley Hershey handing behind to Randall. It goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Mules. The Aces a little sloppy that time.
Yeah, the Aces are going to start to force, I think, a couple looks. They're going to start to try to press the issue. And what's worked for them is just taking what's being given to them. That's why they're playing so well in this third quarter.
There's another bad pass by the Mules, intercepted by Sellers. Return feed back to Hershey. 2 more points for the Aces. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 in the quarter for Riley Hershey. She's got 21, and the Aces are up by 11. 90 seconds left here in the third quarter. Down the court on the drive, stopping there was Vaughn. Cross-court pass for Fairfield goes to Emily Vaughn. Vaughn, another trap there for the Aces, leads to another Fairfield turnover. A bad pass thrown away.
And the Aces are just going to continue to send a lot of traps. They're sending a lot of pressure. They're going to get you in the spots that they want you. And when you send all those traps, it's very dangerous. You're gambling. You're going to leave somebody open inevitably. But the Aces are very much a little longer than this Fairfield team, which I think is why these traps are working.
1:09 to go here in the third quarter. Riley Hershey's had the hot hand in this half, or in this third quarter. I guess it counts as the half. Out top, that's Olivia Peach. 3 won't go. Rebound, Hershey. No, that's Hamill down there with a rebound, and now the Aces reload the offense. Hershey's on the dribble, 49 seconds to play. Got by her man, drives in, and hits another layup. 23 now for Riley Hershey. Fairfield wising up, not dribbling into the trap, but you do have to clear the half-court line, and they finally will with a pass to Ren Braddock. Braddock down the corner, the pass to Emily Vaughn. Now that ball's loose on the deck, picked up by Hutchcraft. And now it's in the hands of Braddock. Fairfield in all kinds of foul trouble. In the corner, there's Hutchcraft driving, putting up the shot along the baseline. No good. Rebound and a foul on the Aces. Good effort underneath for the Mules offensively by Grayson Vaughn.
Yeah, Grayson Vaughn was in really good positioning there. The ball didn't touch the rim and went straight to her. She was able to put it back up and get fouled.
Foul is the first on Olivia Peach. Vaughn misses the free throw. And Vaughn's second free throw is on the way. It is no good off. They say it didn't hit the rim. I thought it hit the rim, but it goes out of bounds to Mount Carmel.
I thought it hit front rim too, but I could be wrong.
12 seconds and counting, third quarter remaining. Aces with the ball, last chance for points. Hershey over, wide open, Sellers, 3, bang, ahead of the horn. Evie Sellers hits the 3 ball, an exclamation point to the third. Checking the scoreboard, brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. 47-31, Mount Carmel after 3. This is Lady Aces basketball from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. Back in a minute.
The holidays, all about togetherness. Which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Seasoned stuffing and sweet cranberry sauce, oven-roasted turkey, rotisserie-style chicken, and the Turhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. It's togetherness in a sandwich. Hurry to Subway, because unlike your guests, these subs won't stay too long. Festive flavors for a limited time only. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Corporate America Family Credit Union at 1011 Oak Street in Mount Carmel is ready to serve you with the financial tools you need for your life's journey. Our staff consists of friends and neighbors from our community, here to serve you like family. We offer a full line of financial services, including new and used vehicle loans, home loans, checking and savings accounts, access to no surcharge ATMs, 24/7 account access, and more. Call or visit us today. Corporate America Family Credit Union, empowering financial success.
We go to the fourth quarter. Max Gerlach is excited he doesn't have to be here at 9:30 in the morning after the power outage could have delayed us to tomorrow for the rest of this game. I'm really happy for you, too.
Yeah, I didn't want to make the drive over at 8:30, and honestly might have had to be a little bit earlier.
And I am telling you, 6 seconds into the fourth quarter, Mabry Foster just picked up her 4th foul, reaching in on the Lady Aces. So 2 Mules players have 4 here in the fourth. Here is Randall. She's going to drive, tries to get between 2, and Fairfield takes it away. And hold your breath, Aces fans. Randall's on the floor. She gets up and is all right. Randall's going to be called for the foul as well, and that'll be her 3rd. Fairfield will inlet. You know, you wouldn't think there'd be this many fouls. 2 of the 3 officials got to get up north here before 6 o'clock. That's the scheduled tip of their next game.
They're doing their jobs. They're a good officiating crew.
Mabry Foster threw the ball away that time, intercepted by the Aces. Here's Hershey driving, layup, no. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, no. Randall pulls down the rebound, gets the pass free to Dunlap, who puts up the shot off the side of the backboard along the baseline. Fairfield gets the rebound. Foster's on the drive, and Dunlap is going to get called for the blocking foul. That'll be her 4th.
Dunlap kind of just in the wrong spot at the wrong time and tries to cut her off from going to the rim, ends up getting a blocking foul, her 4th.
So she'll check out. Into the game comes Zoe Randall. The Mount Carmel Lady Aces want to thank their Thanksgiving tournament sponsors. We'll run down that list as we go here in the fourth quarter. Thanks to all of the community sponsors who helped make this tournament possible this year, the first ever. Foster, a 3 is good from the top, and Fairfield's going to call a timeout after the make. Mabry Foster now with 15 points. Timeout's brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. We'll keep it here for me to run down this list of sponsors, bringing you this Thanksgiving tournament. Again, we thank them for sponsoring the Lady Aces. They include Wabash General Hospital, the First National Bank of Allendale and Mount Carmel, Sharp & Williams, the Mark and Susan Zimmerman family, Stevens Farms, JR's Auto Repair, Mount Carmel Public Utility, Harris Insurance, Corporate America Family Credit Union, Taco Tierra, in memory of Dorcas Smith, Jim and Evelyn Herring, and Herman and Mary Guyot. The Hope Center, Holiday Travel, Herman Ag Services, Alki Family Farms, Nathan and Amy Woodcock and Family by WSJD, Billy and Jody with Country Financial, Oakview Nursing and Rehabilitation by Mount Carmel Stabilization, State Farm Agent Dan Schoner, Gottman's Custom Jewelry by Noah Thompson Financial Planner, by First Mid Bank, the Dunlap family, Mike and Brenda Landman and Kelly McCarty, and also by a friend of Lady Aces basketball, helping make this tournament this weekend possible.
Yeah, and it's been a great tournament so far. 2 of the 3 games have been great games thus far, and we're in another one where this is just a really fun game to watch.
Riley Hershey dribbles away from pressure in the backcourt, clears the timeline, stops down in the corner, still on the dribble though, and reverses course. Gets it now to Randall out top. 47-34 Aces, a minute into the fourth quarter. Here's a Sellers 3 that misses long. Rebound is on the deck. We're going to have a held ball. Possession arrow favors Fairfield.
The Aces continue to hustle. I feel like that third quarter where they outscored them 22-9, of course, is going to be a big reason of why they're ahead by 13 right now. But I think the other reason you can say is just flat out how much they've hustled.
Really dialing up the pressure here in the second half, and Randall just reaches in and picks up her 4th foul. That's not good for Aces fans. Macy Randall has 4 fouls and will stay in the game. 6:41 to go in the contest. And Matt McCarty is going to try to make a change, but isn't going to get it in time, so Randall's going to have to be careful for her a little bit. Fairfield with it. Here is Belva out top on the perimeter, far right side, back near the timeline now. And that's a 5 count, as putting on the pressure was Zoe Randall. And the ball is turned over, and the Aces do make the change. Macy Randall checks out, and Brinley Hamill checks in.
Just more great defense from the Aces.
Again, we've said it Since the third quarter began, the Aces really dialing up the pressure. Here's Hershey and looking for a cutter who ran the other way, looking for Sellers who cut underneath the basket. And now that ball is intercepted by Hamill, who flips to Hershey, who runs the break. We'll see if they slow it up or not. Hershey will ultimately slow it and back away from pressure. Hershey on the dribble. Count is at 3. Starts to drive. Got a space. Put up the shot and scored 2 more. 25 for Riley Hershey, and the Aces lead by 15. Into the front court, Foster falling down. Blocking foul. Will they count the shot? No. I think they're going to say it's on the floor.
As a matter of fact, that was still an awesome shot.
Right. How did that go in? Hamill the blocking foul. That will be her second. Fairfield inbounds to Belva for 3. Swoosh.
She's a very good shooter in that Edwards County game. Like we said, I think she had right around 5 threes.
Her first to drop in this one makes it a 12-point Aces lead. Here is Hershey down court. Flips it behind to Maddie Mann. Now back in the hands of Hershey. And Hershey starts to drive. A little leaner again. This one rolls around and good. 2 more for Hershey. 27 now for Riley. 27 of the Aces 51. Here's Dunlap, or rather Braddock, out top to Foster. Foster drives in, gets the layup to go. Foster with 17. Whistle for a Mount Carmel timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Country Financial Agent Tia Morgan. From the Wabash General Hospital booth, this is Mount Carmel basketball. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I chose Wabash Valley College because I didn't really know what I wanted to do right after high school. And today I can say it was the best decision that I could have made. When I was here, I had the chance to join different clubs and to take a couple different classes, and I really expanded on my interests. In my classes, I learned what I liked and I learned what I didn't like. So I did get to meet new friends. I joined a bunch of clubs, practiced some leadership skills, and kind of gradually grew into adulthood here, and so I'm very grateful for that. My name is Jonathan Leach. I graduated in 2013 from Wabash Valley College, and that's why this was the best decision for me.
At Wabash General Hospital, we're more than healthcare. We are part of the team. Our athletic trainers proudly serve 13 area high schools and 3 junior colleges, standing on the sidelines and in the AT rooms every day. From keeping our athletes healthy to helping them chase their dreams, we're here for every student athlete, every game, every step of the way, from injury to return to play. At Wabash General Hospital, caring for athletes is our game.
5:01 left in the ball game. Mount Carmel with a 51-39 win. This battle of the 2 teams that got wins today, Fairfield and Mount Carmel. Randall, or rather Sellers, gets the ball inbounds. Madeline Mann gives it now to Hershey, who brings it up. Hershey around a double team. They look to try to trap her. They're going to look to do so again. Now throws a cross-court pass. Extra touch underneath Hamill. Puts up the shot. She's fouled, and Hamill will go back to the free throw line.
Kyle, the Aces ball movement right now is really looking good. I feel like that's something that they're going to have to rely on heading later into the game, as that ball movement to get more looks and get other people the ball outside of Hershey. And what I just realized is that is Mabry Foster's 5th foul.
Yep, she fouls out of the game with 17 points. Her day is done. She's trying to add up her fouls with her head coach on the sidelines. And how about that? The bank is open. Hamill knocks in the free throw. Anyway, anyhow, as they say. And Hamill will have one more. It is no good. Rebound, Fairfield. Mules going to work, down 52-39. Ellis. Now to Vaughn, or check that, Hutchcraft. And the ball's taken away on the pass intended for Vaughn in the paint by the Aces. Nice job by Madeline Mann, and now a foul, and they're going to call an offensive foul against Mann. I'm not sure where that came from. That'll be her 4th. Out of bounds to Fairfield. There have been a lot of fouls in this game. Fairfield with it. Hutchcraft thought she was going to shoot a three. Instead, drives to the basket, missed it. We're going to see a held ball. Fairfield, that's 3 seconds. We'll take that. Laying in the lane was Delaney Ellis. She gets up and says, what am I supposed to do? Well, you can't lay there all day. That's what the officials would tell her. Turnover. Fairfield gets it. She hustled and did the right thing, but just had nobody to get rid of the ball to. And now a little flyer by Hershey, falling down, gets 2 more. She's at 29 points. Now the pass in the corner. That's Hutchcraft. Hutchcraft looks it down low. And now near the paint, and that's going to be a travel, a turnover on the Mules. Trying to fight away from pressure is Vaughn. And here comes Macy Randall back in the game with 3:41 to play.
Kyle, the difference right now is just the physicality. One team is playing with a lot of physicality, and one team isn't playing with near as much.
Inside, Hershey will call it a pass to Randall, who dribbles back out and flips to Dunlap. And now back inside, Randall falls down, trying to catch the pass. I was looking at the IHSA record book. I know that Tyra Buss had 61 points in a game, and that's where, well, there's 66, beg your pardon. She had 66 back in 2013. Shot put up by Fairfield, no good, but a reach-in held ball tie-up after Randall got the rebound by Ellis from behind. Possession arrow favors the Aces.
And once again, Macy Randall being 6'3" has to start keeping that ball a little bit higher. She puts it on her hip, and it's an easy steal. They're not steal, but it's easy for the guards to be able to get there.
Tyra Buss, 7th all-time in the state of Illinois with a game-high 66 points in a contest. Hershey, with 2:55 left, sits at 29. It's not quite a record-breaking night, but it's a big night for Riley Hershey. She will give the ball now to Maddie Mann. Mann now to Dunlap. Dunlap kicks left side. Shot fake there from Sellers. Now Carmel just wants to work the clock to get to the end of the game. With it now is Mann, and now it's Hershey. 2:29 left. And now here is Dunlap. Into the paint goes the shot. No good. That one from Mann, but there to clean it up is Macy Randall for her first points of the 4th quarter. She's at 15 now. 56-39 Aces by 17. Here is Braddock. Worked on by Hershey. Here's a 3 from Hutchcraft, no good. Rebound Fairfield, and the putback is good. That was by 40. Vaughn, her second basket of the game, and just that quickly, Riley Hershey strikes at the basket at the other end for 31 tonight. Now just under the arc line, the shot goes up. It will not go in, but a foul from behind on the Aces on Mann. That will be her 5th. So Madeline Mann is fouled out of the game. Did they take her out of the game?
Yes.
Okay, good. I looked up and I saw Sellers sitting down on the bench. I was making sure they got that done. And that is the 5th team foul on the Aces, so they will line up for the double bonus 2-shot free throws here for Fairfield. 1:33 to go. And I think they may be finding out, is this a, well, I don't know what they're talking about, but it is the 5th foul on Maddie Mann and the 5th team foul on the Aces. So not 1 and 1. We don't do that anymore. 2 shots for Hutchcraft, and the free throw is good. No, I might remember that one of these years.
I miss the days of 1 and 1. You can't foul late the same way. Anybody can hit 1 out of 2 free throws.
Well, I couldn't. That's why I never played. Second free throw is good. Hutchcraft hits them both. She's got 8 points, although the board says 6. So somewhere I've got something wrong. And now here is Mount Carmel with a 58-43 lead, playing out the stretch in this one. Aces have it. This is Stella Woodcock on the left side, trapped in the corner and picked up by Randall. Now on the drive, it's Hershey. Layup is good. Why wouldn't it be? 33 for Hershey. Carmel calls a timeout, brought to you by Country Financial agent Tia Morgan. It's just to make a substitution. And we'll continue to play. Tomorrow's action here at the Mount Carmel Girls Thanksgiving Tournament pits Lawrenceville and Fairfield in an 11 o'clock game. That'll be followed at 1 o'clock by Edwards County against Mount Carmel. That one could be entertaining. 1:04 to play, 60-43 Aces. A 17-point lead. We'll have that one for you here tomorrow. And now on the move, it's Jolly putting up the shot, missing. Rebound for the Aces by Maddie Riggs. 45 seconds to go. And now on the drive, putting up the shot. That one will not drop for Hazel Ernest. 35 seconds. Down the court, quick pass. Now ball movement underneath for Vaughn. Back out Jolly. Now it's Hutchcraft a three. No good. Rebound Fairfield. Put back yes for Vaughn. Kirsten Vaughn's got 6. And it's a 15-point game with 16 seconds to play. And Mount Carmel is not going to keep possession of that ball as Vaughn takes it away and gets 2 more. This game, the score is going to look a little closer than the game will actually indicate. The final score is going to be Mount Carmel 60 and Fairfield 47. Final check of the scoreboard brought to you by Tim Phillips of Jade Investments. Post-game show next from the Wabash General Hospital broadcast booth. This is Mount Carmel basketball, back in 2 minutes.
This is no ordinary cup. This Scooter's coffee cup was served with a genuine so good to see you again smile. This cup has a little boost of energy just for you. This cup came with extra whip for good luck.
We lost!
You'll get them next time. This Scooter's coffee cup was made by your favorite barista for her favorite customer. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scoot on around.
Prices are falling at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get up to $9,400 off a new Jeep Wrangler or a Ram 1500 with 0% financing and no pay for 90 days. Come in today or go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. Your best deals are at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a Pacifica with $6,200 off MSRP or lease a Durango for $474 a month. See them for details and go to SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com.
The holidays are a busy time, and keeping track of your spending can be easier than you think. With F&B Mobile Banking, you can monitor your purchases, set spending limits, and receive real-time alerts all from your phone. Whether you're shopping local, traveling, or checking out online, managing your money is simple, secure, and stress-free. Getting started is easy. Download F&B Mobile Banking from the App Store or Google Play, or visit your nearest branch to learn more about staying on budget this season and beyond. Track your holiday spending with F&B and enjoy a little extra peace of mind this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
811, if you're not familiar with that, it's a Julie program in the state of Illinois. It's actually nationwide, but that's a free service. The utilities take care of that. Customer wanting to dig or plant flowers or fence posts or something like that, call that service. Give us 2 business days. That's the law, 2 business days notice. We'll come out and we'll locate all the underground utilities in your area and make sure that you know where you're able to dig and you can dig safely, and we're protected and you're protected that way.
Back here at the Hilltop, time for the post-game show, brought to you by Sean Morgan, Republican candidate for Wabash County Clerk. Mount Carmel gets the win here tonight, 60-47 over Fairfield. The Lady Aces beat the Lawrenceville earlier today to be 2-0 in this tournament. Fairfield is 1-1. They beat Edwards County earlier and lost here to Mount Carmel. Lawrenceville is 0-2 as they lost to both the Aces and Edwards County. So Mount Carmel 2-0. Fairfield and Edwards County are 1-1. Lawrenceville is 0-2, and Max has all the numbers on this one.
Yeah, so we'll start out with some scoring from Fairfield. They finished with 47 points. They had their highest scoring quarter, was 16 in the fourth, but a lot of those points came late. We'll start out with number 35, Grayson Vaughn. Vaughn, she had 2. She hit a 2 in the first quarter. Then with 2 was Delaney Ellis. She had 1-2 there in the third. Then both with 3 apiece would be Bentley Belva and Riley Jolly. And then with 6 apiece, each with 6 apiece would be Emily Vaughn and Kenry Hutchcraft. Then with 8 would be Kirsten Vaughn. And then leading all mules was Mabry Foster with 17. She had a lot of those in that first half. It looks, if my book is, nope, never mind, second half, she actually had 9 in the second half. Then we'll get over to Mount Carmel with 1 apiece is both Tinsley Dunlap and Brinley Hamill. Brinley Hamill's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Tinsley Dunlap 1 for 2. Then with 2 points was Zoe Randall. She had a great backdoor there in the third. Then Evie Sellers knocked down a 3 right before the buzzer in the third. Then with 5 was Olivia Peach, all those coming in the first half. Then with 15 was Macy Randall. She had a lot of those to keep the Aces afloat in that first half. Then leading all scorers and having the highest scoring game of the tournament thus far is Riley Hershey. She had 33. And fun fact, Kyle, she actually didn't make a single 3-pointer to get to that number total. She had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 2-point shots to get herself to 33 points.
As Max knows, I kind of redesigned a score sheet on my laptop before this game, and she put that to, she put the stresses on that one. I had only one more opportunity for her to do anything in the third quarter. Otherwise, the score sheet would have been ruined. So maybe more columns need to go on the Riley Hershey score sheet here. As Mount Carmel gets the win, they improve to 2-3 on the season, 2-0 in this tournament. And Fairfield drops to 2-2 on the year. They are 1-1 in the tournament. So here's what's on tap for you tomorrow. It will be Lawrenceville against Fairfield at 11 a.m. No media coverage of that one that I'm aware of. And then at 1 o'clock, it'll be Edwards County and Mount Carmel for the finale of the first annual Mount Carmel Lady Aces Thanksgiving Tournament. We will be joined by Matt McCarty. He is going to work his way up here for our post-game interview. And we will talk it over with the Aces head coach putting the wraps on day 1 here. Before we say goodbye, we had a 20-minute, 30-minute delay at halftime because of a power outage here across the city of Mount Carmel. We were probably about 10 minutes shy of the game being postponed to be finished tomorrow morning. Instead, they got it back on just in the nick of time, and we were able to finish this game here tonight. Coach McCarty is here. I'll talk to him this time. I'll let you do the honors tomorrow. And Coach, a busy day. We had a little bit of everything, including a power outage here today to deal with. But thoughts on your team's performance over 2 games?
I was very, very happy overall. You know, that first half against Lawrenceville, I thought we were still a little asleep. Came out and we played great defense in the second half of that game. And then coming into this one, I liked how we played. We got in foul trouble early, had to rotate some girls in. I thought all those girls did really well coming in off the bench for us, giving us a spark, whether it was defense, rebounding, shooting, just whatever it was. And then, you know, after the power outage, like, you don't know how we're going to come back after about a 30-minute delay, so I was a little worried with that. But, man, we came out just on fire.
It felt like maybe you flipped the power switch off and put the charge into your girls at the locker room because they came out and the pressure was smothering.
Well, that's the one thing we talked about a lot was, hey, long break, but we have to have the mentality to go finish this game. Like, we can't blame it on the power. They've got to play the game too, and we wanted to come out and, you know, we talk about our small goals, and our small goal right now is to win this championship and hopefully the first of many, and that's kind of how we look at things, and we're already switched focus, ready for Edwards County tomorrow.
Well, and as you look at the early season, you have to figure out how to play with some adversity. Had some foul trouble today to deal with, and survived that well. And Riley Hershey doesn't make a 3, doesn't take but 2 free throws, and ends up with 33 points.
Yeah, she's something else. When she gets in a rhythm and goes, she's easily one of the best players in the state, definitely in the southern part for sure. She's a special player, and man, she coming out in that second half. I mean, she played a good first half, but coming out in that second half, we got some steals off the press, and man, she was getting to the basket at will and just finishing, and which was great for us because the last game she didn't shoot super well, so having her come out and hit some shots and get that confidence back up, that's real big for her.
Well, Edwards County tomorrow, a team that is by no means a slouch. They were a sectional finalists a year ago in 1A, if not beyond that, super sectional.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a real deal team. Jonathan Hinton coaches them well.
Yes, he does. He's done a great job over there, just turning that program around, and I think has the most wins in school history, boys or girls, coaching over there. Multiple regional championships, just won a sectional championship last year. He's doing great things over there, and they're tough. A lot of those girls have been playing big minutes since they were freshmen, and now they're seniors, and they're no easy matchup for us.
Well, Coach, go rest up, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Sounds great.
That is Coach Matt McCarty. The Lady Aces pick up 2 today. They beat Lawrenceville earlier today. They beat Fairfield here this afternoon, and we're going to wrap up the broadcast for you here tonight. For Kevin McGinnis at WSJD, Emery Byers is pushing the buttons on the stream. She kept us going even though we had kinds of issues with the power outage earlier. Max Gerlach here on the color. I'm Kyle Peach from the Hilltop. Mount Carmel wins 2 today. We'll see you tomorrow for a 1 o'clock finale of this tournament as the Lady Aces battle the Lady Lions of Edwards County. See you then. For now, so long, everybody.
I think she did early. She might have.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.